I don't know what Mike said.
So what's the last name on Mike's?
I would defer to.
It's a reckless driving.
Okay, let's do them both,
Okay.
since you're here. Both.
Rocky?
Oh, no, wait.
And does Miss Martinez?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Okay, cool.
Coming up, sir. All right, good morning. Both of you are charged with criminal cases. Both of you are facing, well, Ms. Martinez, you are facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. Mr. Tachi, you are facing up to 30 days in jail and or a $500 fine. We are going to do probable cause on both of your cases. Each of you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. Okay.
I'll start with Ms. Martinez, Your Honor.
Dealer's choice.
On March 1st, 2026, officer in Harris County, Texas, observed a motor vehicle failing to maintain a single lane and failed to use a turn signal. The vehicle continued to drive over a yellow line on the roadway as well. A traffic stop was conducted, and defendant, the driver, had red glossy eyes, a strong odor of alcoholic beverage, slurred speech, and looked disoriented. Defendant advised that she had 3 drinks. Standard field sobriety tests were conducted, 6 out of 6 HGN, 6 out of 8 walk and turn, and 3 out of 4 one-night stand. DIC was read and a breath sample was provided. Results were 0.129 and 0.121.
She said she was driving on the shoulder?
So she was failing to maintain a single lane, failed to use her turn signal, and was driving over the yellow line of the
She
road.
didn't have to put her turn signal on, she didn't make a turn on her, and, and she wasn't unsafe to herself or anyone else.
Change lanes.
She did not change lanes.
She was failing to maintain a single lane, and
She didn't
as
change.
she was failing to maintain a single lane, she was not using a indicator when she was going into the next lane.
Well, she didn't, sorry, Fargo, she didn't, I didn't hear the Deb say she went into the other lane, that all he's saying is that she.
But
was
she
on-
did that coupled with she's driving on,
She was driving over the yellow line, Your Honor. I'm looking at what it states in the DIM specifically.
read it again, if you don't mind, please.
Yes, Your Honor. So this is straight from the DIMS, Your Honor. Officer observed the vehicle failing to maintain a single lane after crossing back and forth over the white striped line back into the original lane. Officer observed the vehicle failed to utilize the vehicle's turn signal as the vehicle was traveling in the middle of the white striped lines. Officer observed the vehicle merge towards another roadway and observed the vehicle drive over the yellow line of the roadway.
So she's merging into another lane?
So it states specifically merge westbound towards the sorry, Your Honor, I'm just looking at the DIMS right now.
Sure, take your time. And weaving within a lane is not a problem, right? If you're going to move to another lane, then you have to indicate your intent. But weaving within the lane, and if you're crossing over a yellow line, I mean, are we to assume that she's changing? You said she's going west?
So she's traveling south, Your Honor.
Does it say that?
She's traveling in the, so officer observed the vehicle continue to travel southbound and then merge westbound towards the 11800 South San Houston Parkway East.
But he didn't say when she merged there that she put on or didn't put on a turn signal. His reference is to when she was within the lane touching the other lane. He doesn't indicate when she merged westbound that she failed to signal.
How do you respond to that?
Your Honor, the officer observed the vehicle crossing back and forth over the white stripe lines. She was failing to use her turn signal as she was going between those 2 lanes.
That's exactly my point, that the merging.
So I think, so white line is, there's two lanes going south. She's
Well, we don't
going
know if it's the
between
white-
one and the other
If
one.
it's the solid white line or the ones that break apart. I don't think that's not.
Regardless, whether it's either, whether it's or, you're still going into another lane.
No, but my indication was when she then merged westbound, there was no indication in her DINS report when she turned westbound, whether there was a light.
Well, now you're moving on to something else.
Well,
Herman.
in the lane, you could, like you said earlier.
But this is not in the lane. It's a different lane, right?
She was back and forth between, over the white stripe lines, back into the original lane, meaning she was weaving in between two lanes.
That's a leap of faith that's what it's saying. He's just saying that she's going to the line.
Between lanes means two different lanes. Otherwise, he would say weaving within the lane.
I didn't hear that she went into another, but I was checking what the court here.
I think that there's enough for probable cause purposes, it's enough to go forward, Ms. Martinez. I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. As a condition of your bond, I'm ordering you not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. You will be randomly tested. If I find that you're using, I will revoke your bond and put you in jail. Any prior to the license, you have a license?
No priors, Your Honor, her license is eligible.
Okay, now let's, Mr.
And just,
Tucci.
okay, just for her benefit, that she doesn't have to appear until.
Yeah, I'm gonna get
You
that too.
Okay.
Please.
On February 26, 2026, in Harris County, Texas, officer was dispatched to a major accident. Officer observed the two vehicles to be heavily damaged. Defendant informed officer that he was a driver of one of the vehicles and that he had been involved in the collision. Defendant stated he had been testing the vehicle's acceleration to determine how fast it could travel from 0 to 60 miles per hour. Defendant acknowledged that he caused the accident and that the speed reached approximately 76 miles just before impact.
I didn't hear anything that's reckless there, other than speed.
Your Honor, he was testing how fast his car could go from 0 to 60 miles per hour, traveling 76 just before impact with another vehicle.
How
Failing to control speed, that's also class C.
in a 35, in a school zone, 65 on a freeway, where is he?
Taking like a DINS, Your Honor.
It's gonna be a long day, man. With the reports of the way they're written. My God.
It occurred on Katy Freeway, Your Honor. This is straight from
So
the
65 on the Katy Freeway is reasonable.
DINS. He was driving 76 miles per hour.
Oh, okay.
He was testing how fast his car could accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour on a freeway with other vehicles around. He was traveling 76.
So tell me, that's still conclusory. How does it become reckless? I understand that there's an accident, but you saying you're testing the wheels, that's conclusory. How, detail and tell me how it's reckless, other than I know that there's an accident. How? Were there other cars there?
Yes, Your Honor. Defendant stated himself that his speed this is straight from the DINS, Your Honor, his speed reached approximately 76 miles per hour just before impact.
I guess everyone, most of the people around the Katy Freeway getting reckless driving. I mean, anyone that drives in the Katy Freeway knows how fast people drive. I mean, that's all he's doing is driving fast, admittedly.
I took my mom on a test drive, right? I was 16 at the time, and the Mustang 5.0s were had just come out, and had no idea. And I slammed my foot on the gas, and the car went, poof, and then I immediately took it off, right? Nothing happened. Is that reckless?
Your Honor, he himself.
On your mom or you? So,
He himself admits that he was testing how fast his car can go from 0 to 60 on a freeway with other vehicles around. I would argue that.
What kind of car was it?
It was a Dodge Ram, Your Honor.
I understand it's an accident. Does it rise to the level of criminal culpability? I don't think so. It was an accident, right? You put your foot on the gas. You have to specifically intend to be reckless, like I'm driving like a maniac. I'm weaving in and out of lanes. I'm cutting cars off. I'm going at 110 miles. Reckless, right? Accident is something else. It's a specific intent crime. You have to specifically intend to be reckless, not I put my foot on it and it was an accident and I didn't realize, you know? No. All right, I'm gonna find no probable cause on this too. Touchy. Please be careful. We have enough accidents on the street, and if you're gonna drive, have car insurance. Do you understand? If I find you back here, all right, please.
Ms. Martinez, right?
Okay.
All right, Judge, council's approaching for page 18. Weiser, May.
It's Michael Wearsma.
Just last name, please.
Wearsma.
Okay.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. How are you? Happy Friday?
How are you, sir?
Finally Friday. All right, good morning, sir. You're charged with reckless driving. You're facing up to 30 days in jail and or a $500 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you, sir. Please.
On February 28, 2026, in Harris County, Texas, the officer observed a vehicle going 96 miles per hour in the 60-mile-per-hour zone. Officer observed the vehicle to make multiple unsafe lane changes without signaling, causing other vehicles to brake abruptly.
That's reckless driving.
For the video, no match.
And the vehicle nearly struck another vehicle and was following other vehicles was following the vehicle in front of them too closely. Traffic stop was conducted and the driver was identified as the gunman.
Sir.
Briefly, and I've already gone through the videos on this and showed the state. The videos do not match that. My client did not almost cause a accident. He did fail to use his signal once to move over into a lane when there was no vehicles over there, and he was speeding. The
But I
video does not
can't,
match.
but I can't get into that.
I
I
understand,
mean, you
those
know,
are fact issue questions. The
Sure.
state and I have already worked them out. I just wanted the court to know and be aware. Already did my homework on this, already showed the state.
right.
We're ready to go.
Mr. Whipsama, if I find that you drive like this again, I'm going to revoke your bond. I will put you in jail and I'm going to take your ability to drive away from you. Do you understand? No more reckless driving, maniacal, speeding like this, cutting people. If I find that you do, I only have one place for you. Do you understand me?
Yes, sir.
Do you mind filing conditions, such please?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm gonna have you sign a reset. We'll have you take a seat in the jury box while we get bond conditions. Once you sign them, at that point, you'll be free to go. No more. Do you understand? I have no problems throwing your ass into jail and making your bond high. You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right,
Thank you, miss. Appreciate it.
thanks. All right, Mr. Cole.
All right, Judge, council's approaching for page 13.
Okay,
Quintano.
good morning. Good morning, Mr. Quintana. Sir, you're charged with evading arrest or detention. You're facing up to a year in jail and a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you, sir. Okay.
On March 1st, 2026, in Harris County, Texas, officer was dispatched to a suspicious person call. Witness stated she saw two individuals wearing all black and ski masks pulling on door handles of vehicles in the parking lot of an apartment complex. Officer located the suspects matching the description given. Defendant fled on foot in the direction away from the apartment complex and proceeded to jump over a fence. Defendant continued evading for half a mile. Officer gave verbal command to defendant to stop. Defendant was then detained.
Sir, you said there's a co-defendant?
There is no co-defendant, but there was two individuals.
So they didn't get the other one.
I don't believe they did.
Okay, what time of day or night was this?
Probably, the didn't not specify the time of day. Should I can take a We don't have an office report in yet either. But there's no specific time of day stated in Your Honor.
Mr. Quintano, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. As a condition of your bond, I'm ordering you not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. If I find that you do, I'm going to lock you up. I'm telling you now that I'm going to test you within a week. If I find that you're using, and I don't care what it is, you will go to jail. This is not a revolving door, and I'm not going to give you PR bond after PR bond. If you go to jail, that's where you'll stay with a high bond. You understand? What are you doing with yourself these days? You are 17. You've not picked up a criminal case. What are you doing with yourself? Did you graduate from high school?
I'm a senior in high school.
I'm now giving you a curfew. I don't want you out past 9 o'clock. If I find that you do, likewise, into jail you go. So no co-defendant.
We do not have a connected co-defendant, Your Honor.
Okay, and also as a condition of your bond, you're not to go back to this apartment complex and you're not to be in possession of any weapons. I'm also ordering you to either have a full-time job or be in school full-time. But while you have this case open, you're not going to sit at home and play Xbox all day. You understand? It's time for you to become productive, either graduate from high school or do something else productive. But if you have too much time on your hands, what happens? Become self-destructive. You understand? Okay, I'll have you sign your conditions, then we'll give you a reset. Okay, thanks.
Go ahead and sign, please. Okay. All right, Judge, next is top of page 1, Adame.
Good morning, Mr. Adame. So you were charged with failure to stop and give information. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you soon.
On February 28, 2026, the officer responded to an accident call. Multiple calls for service were made while complainant witness followed the defendant. Defendant's motor vehicle. The complainant witness advised upon arrival that she was traveling on Lauder Road. When the motor vehicle attempted to merge, the driver began tailgating her. Complainant witness advised defendant maneuvered his motor vehicle into the left turn only lane. And when the light changed, merged in front of her and began brake checking her. Complainant witness advised defendant then used side mirror to strike/cause damage to the right front quarter panel of her motor vehicle. The complainant witness then pulled into the gas station and defendant followed her into the lot. And they had a verbal argument which continued. The defendant refused to exchange information. The complainant witness followed defendant until he stopped at a different location, a different gas station.
Then is that where they caught him? I mean, it doesn't really matter. He just failed to stop. Does he have a license to drive? Mr. Adame, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. You are not allowed to put your hands down. You are not allowed to drive unless you have a valid Texas driver license and liability insurance in your name. You are not to have any contact with the complaining witness in this case and not to be in possession of any weapons. If I find that you have any more road rage incidents, into jail you go, and I'm going to make your bond high. Do you understand me?
Yes.
I'm going to protect my community at all costs. I don't care who you are. I don't care what color you are.
Yes, he does.
We are going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. I'm going to have you go to Victoria Center, reset. I'm going to have you take a seat in the jury box. I'll get your bond conditions. When you sign them, at that point, you'll be free to go. Come on.
Okay.
All
Do you mind
right,
filing no driving without a license, insurance, no contact with the complaining witness, no
Martina?
weapons, please?
bottom of page 8, Martinez. M is the first name.
Good morning.
Hi. What page did you start?
Bottom of 8.
Last name is Martinez, first name is Mark.
Stop. I just want last name.
Understood.
Good morning, Mr. Martinez. Sir, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you, sir. Okay.
On February 27, 2026, the officer in Harris County, Texas, observed a motor vehicle with no front license plates change lanes without signaling, excuse me. The officer conducted the defendant driver, it says RGESSOAD.
Yeah, so strong odor of alcohol in the
Okay, I'm
breath,
sorry.
red bloodshot eyes. That's okay.
And then the defendant advised he had had 4 alcohol beverages. The FSPs are 6 out of 6, 3 out of
Extreme.
8, and 1
Okay.
out of 4 on one leg stand. The breath showed 0.86
Okay.
and a 0.81.
You said the stop was for what?
I'm sorry.
What, the stop was for failing to signal lane change?
Yes.
And no front license plate. No front license.
Got it. Okay. Any prior DWIs? And does he have license?
No prior to comprehensive license to eligible.
Got it. Okay, Mr. Martinez, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case. As a condition of your bond, you were ordered not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. You're going to be tested. If I find that you're using, I will put you in jail. No more PR bonds. Do you understand, sir? You're not allowed to drive unless you have a valid license. You must also maintain liability insurance in your name. If you don't have car insurance, then likewise, no driving. That is also a condition. Do you understand?
Yes.
Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance. It is your responsibility to stay in touch with him. If he tells me he cannot get a hold of you, then I'm going to revoke your bond. Do not pick up any new cases. Do you understand?
Understand.
We'll have you sign a reset. You'll get with Roxana for your bond conditions, and then you're free to go.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
His mom's living alone, there's a week, part-time at Cheddar's. He works 2 to 3 days per week. They close at 10, and he goes from 5 to 10, but sometimes he has to.
You bring it through, and then we'll tweak it to what he works. Okay? Yes, ma'am. Thanks.
All right, Judge, next is page 3, top of 3, Clifton, come on up.
Good morning, Ms. Clifton.
Good morning.
Ma'am, you're charged with terroristic threat. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you.
On February 28, 2026, officer in Harris County, Texas, responded to a disturbance call at a pool hall. Complainant, a worker, advised her former coworker, defendant, had an argument regarding a former romantic dispute where defendant stated, quote, "I will shoot you in your fucking eye." Complainant expressed belief that defendant would carry out the threat, and defendant had previously mentioned owning a firearm, and complainant was in fear for her life.
She said this to him.
Yes, Your Honor, she stated this to the complainant.
Okay. Ms. Clifton, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. As a condition of your bond, I'm ordering you not to be in possession of any weapons and not to have any contact with this person. Do you understand? If you do, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail. No more PR bonds for you. Tell me, do you have the ability to hire a lawyer?
No.
Okay. Deputy Williams will give you an application. I need to know everything about you, whether you have a job, how much money you have coming in, any other sources of income, kind of car, money in the bank, and then I'll take a look to see whether you. We will have bond conditions created for you to sign. Do not leave until you sign them, okay? Okay, please.
And the bottom of page
No
3,
contact, no
what it
weapons,
says, come on up.
and no going back.
Okay.
Yeah, it was Slick Willie, you know what? It doesn't matter. Good morning, Mr. Fuentes. Sir, you were charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed.